Friends, with this, we are now beginning with the valedictory session of G20 Interfaith Summit. This is the last and probably the smallest session of the G20 Interfaith Summit 2023. In just some time from now, this G20 Interfaith Summit would come to an end after this valedictory session, for which the stage is getting ready. You are going to see some of the beautiful, I would say, events in this last valedictory session, where we'll see who is going to host the next G20, which country is going to host the next G20 Summit, G20 Interfaith Summit 2024. And you can see that who is going to be the host. My friends, in this particular session, which would not be more than 45 to 50 minutes, but where we'll get to witness some of the important proceedings. My friends, I request, if your felicitation is done, please be seated in the front. If the felicitations are done, please be seated. We need to start with the valedictory session. My friends, if your felicitation is done, please be seated. We need to start with the last and the valedictory session. I would now like to invite the dignitaries for the valedictory session on dais. I would like to invite on stage Hamad Al-Hamidi, Machius Ho, Her Excellency Yuan. I would like to invite on stage Michael K. Young, Faraz Hashmi, Dr. Ashok Joshi ji, Rodrigo Vitroyuno Suaz Alves, Ernilda Maria Francis, Alexandre Brazil da Fansco, Ivo Pereira da Silva, Sri Rahul Karat sir, W. Cole Durham Jr., the chief guest of this session. I request everyone to please be seated. The session is about to begin. All the students are requested to be seated, please. All the students are requested to be seated, please. Please close the door. I request everyone to be seated, please. I do not know the reason of this movement. Please be seated. All the students are requested to be seated, please. There should not be any movement in the hall. After this last valedictory session, I request the chief guest of this session, Honorable Shri Narayan Bablani ji, to kindly come up stage. Revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat sir. I request them to please be on stage. Iranelda Maria Francisco, Alexandra Brazil da Fonesca, Eva Pereira de Silva. My friends, I request all the students to be seated immediately. We need to start with the valedictory session. Meanwhile, let me appeal to all the student friends, those who are present here, and my technical team. My friends, we all are very, very active on social media. We all are aware that G20 is really an important movement for the entire world. And you guys all have been fortunate enough to be part of this G20 summit. So here is your chance to be seen across the globe using the special hashtags that are created for G20. I request my technical team to relay that small film which is made regarding the social media hashtags. Yes, please go ahead. So this is the way you can tweet, which is now known as X. You can send these tweets using specific handles so that you'll be read across the globe. All the students are requested to be seated, please, so that we can start with the valedictory session. These are the hashtags, hashtag IFG20, hashtag World Peace Dome for G20IF. These are some of the important keywords that you should know. Thank you very much for that video. My friends, with this we are beginning with the valedictory session of G20 Interfaith Summit 2023. It is a very, very small session. I request every one of you to please be patient and please be seated. I request each one of you to rise in your seats for National Anthem. I request everyone in the audience as well as on the stage to please rise in their seats for Indian National Anthem. Can we have the National Anthem, please?
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. I request everyone to please keep standing as we will continue and we will have the World Peace Prayer. It is a prayer that does not talk about any caste, creed or religion or any section of society. So I request you to please fold your hands, please close your eyes, bring the image of your mother, father, your deity in front of your eyes and please wholeheartedly participate in World Peace Prayer.
आद्या वेद प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवा तूति गणेशु सकलार्थमति प्रकाशु म्हणे निवृत्तिदासु अवधारी गोदी गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you very much. I request everyone to be seated, please. And as we proceed in this valedictory session of G20 Interfaith Summit, I request my technical team to kindly relay a small video which will give us a review of entire G20 Interfaith Forum.
Speak to power, but to speak with power and to speak with persuasiveness in the policy world.
Dr. Karad created something that is a living laboratory for the interfaith promotion of faith and peace among all religions.
The duty toward the mother, the father, and the family, the society, the nation, and the entire world as one family.
Summit 2023, Shaping World Peace and Sustainable Development through Interfaith Harmony.
Representing the way that India on so many fronts has raised the bar in terms of what a host country for the G20 can do.
when the Swami Vivekananda had set the time to remember, and possibly that message will show us the divine light, the pathway for world peace.
Thank you very much for that beautiful visual. Let's give a big round of applause, my friends, to entire organization of G20 Interfaith Summit 2023. Thank you very much. And before we begin with this valedictory session, I would like to request Sri Rahul V. Karat sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the dignitaries on the dais. First and foremost, I would like to request him to kindly felicitate and welcome the Vice President of Interfaith Alliance for Safer Communities, Hamad Al-Hamidi. A big round of applause, my friends. A beautiful international delegation is present here today with us. Thank you very much. I now request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the Executive Director of Lemena Institute, Marcius Ho. A big round of applause, my friends, for the Executive Director of Lemena Institute, Marcius Ho. I would now like to request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the Chair and the Representative of Indonesia to ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights, Her Excellency Yuyun Wainigram. A big round of applause, friends, for everyone, all the delegates from various countries. I now request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome President of the Interfaith Alliance for Safer Communities, UAE, Faraz Hashmi. I request my Mike's team to please start the monitors on stage. I now request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the founder of Microlin LLC, Dr. Ashok Joshi ji. A big round of applause, friends, for Dr. Ashok Joshi ji. I now request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the Chair for 2024 G20. My friends, Dr. Ashok Joshi ji, let's give him a big round of applause. He was the person who's instrumental in bringing G20 conference to MIT World Peace University and World Peace Dome. Let's give him a big round of applause. I would now like to request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the Chair for 2024 G20 Interfaith Forum Local Organizing Committee, Rodrigo Vichiriano Suez Alves. A big round of applause, my friends, the Chair for 2024 G20 Interfaith Forum. Next, I would like to invite General Coordinator for the Promotion of Religious Freedom, National Secretariat for the Promotion of Defense and Human Rights, Ministry of Human Rights and Citizenship, Irinelda Maria Francis. A big round of applause, my friends. I would now like to invite on stage Alexandre Bressil Caravallo da Fonesca, the Ministry of the Education, Republic of Brazil, Director of Higher Education Policies and Programs. A big round of applause, my friends. I would now like to invite on stage Ivo Pereira da Silva, Analyst for Social Policies, General Coordination for the Promotion of Religious Freedom, General Directorate of the Promotion of Human Rights. A big round of applause, my friends. I would also like to invite on stage Fabio Nascimento, a big round of applause, my friends, for the person who has been helping the communication by translating our words. A big round of applause for him. Thank you very much. And last but not the least, I would like to request sir to kindly felicitate the chief guest of this session, Honorable Shri Narayan Bablani ji, Vice President of Vishwa Hindu Parishad, writer of social worker, founder president of Sindhi Heritage Foundation. A big round of applause, my friends, for all the dignitaries on the dais. Thank you, thank you. I request all of you to please stand there. Sir, please stand up. Karat sir, please, few moments more. Please. It is now the moment where we hand over the baton of responsibility to the next country. The person, rather the country, who is going to take the responsibility for G20 Interfaith Forum 2024. Please put your hands together for the team Brazil. I now request the Rodrigo Virtuano Suez Alves, the chair for 2024, to kindly come forward along with his team to take over the responsibility of G20 Interfaith 2024, along with his entire team, Adrianelda Aplicenda Maria Francisco, Alexandre Brazil da Fonesca, Ivo Pereira de Silva, Fabio Nascimento. I request everyone to join for taking the responsibility of the G20 Interfaith Summit 2024. The way of doing it is very beautiful. Please have these memories in your mind. The flag of G20 is being handed over, and the light would be given from one side to the other, and along with the statue of the messenger of peace, Mahatma Gandhi ji. The statue of Mahatma Gandhi ji is a beautiful gift from India to Brazil. A big round of applause, my friends. You are witnessing one of the most important moments in the history. A big round of applause. And now, very important symbol of light, the wisdom being handed over from India to Brazil, the light that symbolizes wisdom. And let us hope that our collective wisdom helps to bring the peace and achieve the motives of G20 Interfaith Forum. Once again, a big round of applause for this picture-perfect moment. Thank you very much, the entire team, for being part of this beautiful moment. And I would now like to invite W. Cole Durham Jr., the President of G20 Interfaith Forum USA, to say a few words on the valedictory session and recapitulating the themes of the forum.
Well, this is a great moment. Obviously, the handover from India to Brazil, the G20, happens a little later, formally on December 1st. But this is the culminating event this year for the G20 Interfaith Forum, and we're delighted to have our friends from Brazil who have been able to come and enjoy the event here, to learn from it, to make friends here, and also to be able to accept the handover. I thought the idea of handing a statue of Gandhi, that great symbol, world figure that all of us have so much respect for, that was a great touch. So my understanding is that our Brazilian colleagues, on the one hand, they have to catch, some of them have to catch vans to the airport, but I think the plan is to let them say a few words. I'm looking at the MC over there, because I'm a little confused as to how this is exactly supposed to happen. But what do you think I should do? We're sort of waiting to give the Brazilians the opportunity to just respond briefly.
Sure.
And I'm a little unclear because they told me that they were going to put some things on screen. I don't know if that's happening. Okay.
Sure.
So I will turn it back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to appeal to my technical team. I'm sure you would be having the visuals given by Brazilian team to you. If you can please show those visuals on screen, please. Okay, so in response to accepting the responsibility, I would like to invite on stage Marcius Ho. I'm sorry. Can you please stop? Can you please stop the visuals? Please come back to the start point. Yes, and I would like to request the team of Brazil, whosoever is going to recite the, yes, please. You can?
Yeah, so this is the totally,
Sure.
This is my speech later at the end.
Okay. So not this one. Not this speech, please. Not this speech. So who's going to say in response?
It's going to be on the text.
Okay.
So you can request Shashi to, whenever these persons are speaking, you will just release the text.
This is
on the
not
screen.
You can call Rodrigo.
Okay, who? Rodrigo. Okay, thank you very much. Apologies for that. But I would now like to request in response to say a few words by the chair of 2024 G20 Interfaith Forum Local Organizing Committee, Rodrigo Viciano Suez Alves, to say a few words in response. Please put your hands together for the chair of 2024 G20 Interfaith Forum.
I would like to thank for this opportunity and just to say that's a very big challenge. And I would like to thank IF20 and Professor Cole Durham for inviting us to join the IF20 in the organization of the next forum that's going to take place in Brazil. So we learned a lot from this forum, and I'm sure that we'll work hard to have a similar event in Brazil. And I would especially like to thank the Brazilian government, here represented by Irenilda, Mangilda, Alexandre Brasil, Ivo Pereira, who are supporters of this initiative and who are willing to embrace this cause with us. So thank you very much. And I know that they're going to say a few words as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite on stage, on behalf of the Ministry of Education, the Republic of Brazil, Alexandre Brazil da Fonesca.
Here, okay. Thank you. My name is Alexandre Fonseca, and I work in the Brazilian Ministry of Education, under the leadership of President Lula and the Minister Camilo Santana, who send greetings to everyone here. The importance of religions, respected in their pluralities and freedom of belief, is something central to the lives of the nations that make up the G20. Like the sap of a tree, religions feed the social fabric of our countries and, for the most part, have offered ethical values and have contributed to facing the challenges that arise today. Everyone is our guest to come to Brazil in 2024. Everyone will be very well received as we were here in India. Thank you very much for us. Our President Lula has welcomed this moment when developing countries, Indonesia, India, Brazil, and South Africa, have assumed the presidency of the G20 as an ideal time to rethink global governance. It is a very particular moment for issues such as social inclusion and coping with hunger and inequalities to occupy a central place in our discussion and actions. Another concern we bring from our great Amazonian country is the environmental issue and climate change. It is essential that we discuss a development model that is environmentally, socially, and economically sustainable. Finally, I am grateful for the discussions we had here, particularly those that involved the theme of education and that fortunately were very present at this meeting. I emphasize, among what I have heard, the importance of the African concept Ubuntu to guide our education practices and the fundamental role of the leadership that humans need to assume both in education and also, I add, in the leadership of religions and your nations. The sad moment of the pandemic gave us the conviction that only with the commitment of our nations and with investments in science, education, and in confronting disinformation and anti-science movements will we have real conditions to overcome our current global challenges. Thank you. Namaste. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much for the beautiful namaste. Thank you. I would now like to invite on stage the Analyst for Social Policies of General Coordination for Promotion of Religious Freedom and General Directorate of the Promotion of Human Rights, Ivo Pereira da Silva, to say a few words. Technical team, I would like to request if you can please increase the size so that everybody can read his speech.
So they can see on the screen. Boa tarde a todos e a todas. Eu gostaria de expressar a minha gratidão ao Dr. Coley Doha pelo honroso convite que fez ao Ministério dos Direitos Humanos em especial a Coordenação Geral de Promoção da Liberdade Religiosa. Agradeço também a todos os coordenadores e organizadores desse importante evento. Em nome do presidente Lula e do ministro Silvio Almeida, cumprimento e saúdo a todos os presentes. E pela recepção calorosa, agradeço também ao doutor Vishal Awanad Karad. Hoje, no Brasil, é feriado nacional. Comemora-se a independência do nosso país. A independência gerou a liberdade formal do Brasil, possibilitando a construção de um Estado autônomo e próspero. Após a independência, o Brasil se tornou o maior país da América do Sul, em população, extensão territorial, força política e econômica. Em 1947, liderados por Mahatma Gandhi, o povo indiano alcançou a sua independência. A independência da Índia também contribuiu para o seu desenvolvimento e prosperidade. Portanto, a liberdade tem o potencial de liberar energias e promover o desenvolvimento, o progresso e a prosperidade para todos. Da mesma forma, a liberdade religiosa para todos e em todos os lugares tem o potencial de promover e extrair o melhor das comunidades religiosas. Acreditamos que a harmonia interreligiosa tem potencial para contribuir para a paz mundial e para o desenvolvimento sustentável. Lembrando sempre que o fundamento dessa harmonia é a plena liberdade religiosa. É com alegria que pegamos o bastão da Índia nesta corrida que tem como prêmio o bem comum, a promoção da paz e do respeito a todas as manifestações culturais e religiosas do nosso planeta. Esperamos reencontrá-los no Brasil em 2024. Até breve. Obrigado pela atenção. Namastê.
Thank you very much, Ivo. Thank you very much for that address. My friends, it is now formally confirmed that next year we'll be able to meet in G20 Interfaith Summit in Brazil. Thank you very much. Let's give them a big round of applause, my friends, and wish them all the very best. Who? Thank you. And now I would like to invite on stage Erinelda Maria Francis, the General Coordination for the Promotion of Religious Freedom, National Secretariat for the Promotion and Defense of Human Rights, Ministry of Human Rights and Citizenship, to say a few words. Please welcome her with a big round of applause, my friends.
Boa tarde a todos. Primeiramente, gostaria de agradecer e tomar a bênção aos meus ancestrais, pois se não fosse eles, eu não estaria aqui, neste momento tão grandioso e tão importante para o planeta. Gostaria também de agradecer ao meu presidente, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, em nome também do meu ministro Silva de Almeida. Em nome também do meu ministro Silva de Almeida, do Ministério de Direitos Humanos e Cidadania, em defesa dos direitos humanos. Gostaria também de agradecer ao Dr. Colley pelo convite. Gostaria também de agradecer ao Dr. Karada, porque se não fosse vocês, nós não estaríamos aqui. E, acima de tudo, agradecer a Deus por permitir que todos nós estivéssemos reunidos nesse esplendor, nesse esplêndido local, para junto buscarmos solução para a construção de um mundo melhor, mais justo, mais tolerante, que respeitamos as diversidades culturais e religiosas. Falar um pouco sobre mim. Eu e a Gilda de Oxum tenho orgulho de dizer a vocês que sou ministra religiosa, com muito orgulho, de uma religião de matriz africana, que durante muitas décadas foi sofrida, foi perseguida e hoje estamos em busca de uma união melhor. Durante décadas exerci minha religiosidade em São Paulo, por alguns estados e países. No início do decorrente deste ano, fui convidada pelo ministro Silva Almeida para ser coordenadora geral de promoção de liberdade religiosa do Ministério de Direitos Humanos e Cidadania. Cargo esse que aceitei com muita honra e exerço com muito esforço, dedicação e orgulho, porque não é fácil, mas estou lá de coração. A Coordenação Geral de Promoção de Liberdade Humana, CGLIB, é uma área do Ministério de Direitos Humanos e Cidadania responsável pela promoção da liberdade religiosa, pela defesa e garantia da laicidade estatal brasileira e enfrentando toda e qualquer intolerância religiosa. É lá que estamos. Liberdade religiosa significa poder expressar a nossa fé, a nossa ancestralidade, enfim, expressar o nosso íntimo, ou não, ou crença ou não, mas temos que respeitar. Liberdade religiosa é o direito de crer, de expressar com tranquilidade a nossa fé e a nossa crença, mas também envolve o direito de também não crer e temos que respeitar. Poder usar nossas vestes, nossas indumentárias religiosas com segurança, sem sofrer discriminação nas ruas ou em qualquer lugar público ou privado. Por trajar, torso, quipá, por conta de uma cruz, fios de conta, qualquer outra indumentária ou acessório de cunho religioso. As pessoas têm que respeitar. A liberdade religiosa é garantida pelo artigo 5º da Constituição Brasileira e de todo o país. É permitido ao cidadão viver de acordo com a sua consciência religiosa, política ou filosofia. Por isso, para que cada pessoa que seja livre para praticar sua fé, é necessário que todos nós respeitemos a diversidade religiosa brasileira e de todo o país. É necessário que cada um de nós respeitamos a crença religiosa alheia, independente de cor, de raça, de origem, de nacionalidade, gênero ou sexualidade. Portanto, a construção de uma sociedade com liberdade de religião e crença depende do compromisso pessoal e coletivo de não discriminação, para que possamos enfrentar grupos religiosos, para que possamos estar todos juntos em prol a um direito e igualdade só. Será uma honra para o Brasil presidir o G20 a partir do dia 1º de dezembro de 2023. Será também uma honra receber em nosso país o G20 interreligioso. Nós esperamos todos vocês no Brasil. Obrigado pela atenção. Muito obrigada.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on this important occasion. And now it's time when I request the next guest to say a few words, but before that I would like to request all the students, everyone in the audience to please remain seated. There are just last few moments left in this function. I request everyone to remain seated before we conclude this session. Thank you very much. It is now time when I invite the chief guest of this session, Shri Narayan Bablani ji, the Vice President of Vishwa Hindu Parishad, writer, social worker, and founder of and President of Sindhi Heritage Foundation. Before I invite him, I would like to say a few words. He is the General Secretary of Vishwa Hindu Parishad from 1990 to 1994, Gandhidham, Kutch, Gujarat. He was the Vice President of Gandhidham Sindhi Youth Circle, General Secretary of Swami Leela Nagar Sindhi Panchayat, coordinated has Kuntala cyclone relief work in 1998. He has coordinated Kutch Gujarat earthquake relief operation and works with Sadhu Vaswani Mission Pune in 2001. And there are many, many such accolades to his credit. Please put your hands together and welcome with a big round of applause, my friends, Sri Narayan Bablani ji.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, and my dear brothers and sisters from all over India, all over world. Namaste and Charan Sparsh to each and everyone, our guest. Atithi Devo Bhava. It is in our Sanatan Dharma, we say our Atithi is equivalent to God. So, from all over world, you come to attend this G20 Interfaith Sammelan. So you are our Devta. So I once again give you my namaste and regards and thank you for you came here. Dear brothers and sisters, in our Sanatan Dharma, we always believe Vasudev Kutumbakam means one earth, one world, one community. Bharat, Hindustan, has different name of subcontinental, but our Bharat Varsh is world oldest civilization, which is famous in the name of Indus Valley civilization. Just when I entered in this hall, I seen one picture, right side, Ved Vyas and Ganesh ji is writing Mahabharat. You know, this Mahabharat is written in the bank of Indus River, which is called Sindhu. From Sindhu, Indus, the name came of Bharat to India. The Mohenjo-daro civilization is 5,000 years old. Our Sanskriti, presently we have found its some civilization, Sindhu Sanskriti, which is 5,000 years old Sanskriti civilization. Part of roots found in Kutch, Dholavira, and some parts of Haryana also. How many amongst you have been mother and have seen mothers and fathers' birthplace? Can you raise the hands? Have you seen mother and father's birthplace? You are lucky among some persons who have seen their mother's and father's birthplace, but I am one of the unlucky person of more than 10 million people who have not seen their roots, because my fathers and my forefathers came to Bharat from undivided India to divided India. So I request to UNESCO, at least they can pass the resolution that each and everyone has rights to see and visit his roots and culture. Then we are able to save our culture and roots till end. Bharat is birthplace for Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism. Our Bharat given shelter to religious like Parsis, who today one of the biggest industrialists of Bharat. We have more than 15 million Muslim population in India. We have largest number of churches in India, and in India, in Bharat, in Hinduism, more than 500 sects in Hindu dharma and culture. Anekta mein ekta, and religious freedom to all, that is called our country Bharat. In the world, we are saying that UNESCO has 936 World Heritage Sites. World, out of that, 735 is cultural site, 183 is natural site, and 28 mixed properties. In 153 countries, but in India, it is largest 40 sites of heritage in India to which we have to save him. Sometimes World Heritage properties are affected by impacts of climate changes and present in the future. Their continued preservation required understanding these impacts of their outstanding universal value and responsible to them effectively. World Heritage properties serve as the climate changes observation and gather and share information on applied and tested monitoring, migration and adoption practice. The global network of World Heritage also help raise awareness on the impact of climate changes on human societies and cultural diversity, biodiversity and ecosystem services, and the world natural and cultural heritage. According to United Nations World Tourism Organization, world's total 40% tourism is depend upon culture and historical tours and visits. In India or in Bharat, 60% of total tourism in nowadays Tirth Yatra tourism for places like Shri Tirupati Balaji, Shirdi, Mahakal and other soon oldest destination with renowned temple of Shri Ramji in Ayodhya also coming soon. We are saving our culture and roots by digitalization of music, our books and manuscripts. One of the, in Bharat, if you visit cities like Haridwar, Badrinath, Kedarnath, Varanasi, etc., which is called Tirth Sthan, holy places of our pandas are saving our culture and our roots information in their pothis, to which we are calling our Vanshavali and other things. This is the rarest of rarest culture and preservation of culture roots too. I here mention one Sindhi song, which is Lal Minji Pat Rakhje Bala Jhule Lalana. This song, till today, this song is of 12th century from Bule Shah, sung by more than 200 singers in Bharat subcontinental, listened by more than 30 million times on YouTube, and in 1994, it is sold 8 million audio tapes. So it means we can preserve our music, culture, and our roots by e-musics too. Today in the gathering, I request, still we person like me unable to visit our roots. In conclusion, I just want to say that as our logo of Vishwa Hindu Parishad say, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshata, same thing applied to protection of culture and heritage. We each and everyone has to its moral duty to preserve our culture and heritage. Thanks, Dhanavad, to all organizers to inviting me and giving me chance to be with you. With one small prayer, I conclude my words and give Vishram to my Vani. हे भगवान, हम सबको सद्बुद्धि दो, शक्ति दो, निरोगता दो, अपना अपना कर्तव्य पालन करें, सदा सुखी रहें. हे गॉड, give us wisdom, good power, good health, so we work hard, finish our task on earth, and happy always. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shri Narayan Babalani ji, and such beautiful use of words. I would say the way he has said, Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. I would say in this context, Shanti rakshati rakshitaha. The one who will protect peace, peace will protect him. Thank you very much for that. And now it's time, as we move towards the conclusion of this valedictory session, I would like to request Dr. Ashok Joshi ji to say a few words.
So, its concluding remarks. It is so amazing to see G20 in this beautiful peace dome. I would like to thank Cole Durham, who made the decision to hold this year. So can you please give him a big hand? Big hand. Cole Durham. When I mentioned to Rahul Karad and Vishwanath Karad, they were excited to hold this. And what a wonderful event they carried out. Give them a hand also. Now all those students back there, young people, we didn't get chance to hold light or Mahatma Gandhi, to give it to Brazilians, our partners, next partners. Let's give them the light. Take your telephone, put the light and wave it to Brazil. Let's do that. Can you please do that to Brazil? Oops, maybe my battery. Okay, here for Brazil, here for Brazil. Great. Thank you, Brazil, for taking this responsibility. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ashok Joshi ji. And with this, we are coming towards the conclusion of this ceremony. And to conclude, I would like to request the President of G20 Interfaith Summit 2023, Professor W. Cole Durham Jr., to read the G20 Interfaith Forum final statement and concluding thoughts. I request my technical team to kindly relay his speech.
Thank you. So give me.
Wait.
Right. Yeah, they're getting a little bit ahead of me. The people running the screen are a little bit faster than my computer, which is definitely on the slow side, of course. There we go. Okay. So let me say it's a real privilege for me to be here, to see the light and the flag and Gandhi being passed as the spirit of India passes to Brazil. I've been very excited to learn more here from India, the great cradle of religions in this world, and I'm thankful to be here. Now I'm going to read a statement that is intended, it's been passed on to people in the White House, to some other G20 countries. We'll pass it on to people at the head of the G20 here in India. And this is a relatively short statement. It reflects the concerns and the things that we view as priorities. So I hope you will bear with me for a few minutes as I read this, and if I can get my computer to correct, I will go ahead. So, this is actually intended as a call to world leaders, and starts with the word Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or one earth, one family, one future. The overarching 2023 G20 theme set by the Government of India encapsulates the complex and deeply interconnected challenges and hopes that face world leaders and their invited guests when they meet in New Delhi for the September summit. Extraordinary demands confront them: economic and financial perils, raging conflicts, and linked to them, over 110 million people forced to move, mounting pressures to mobilize the finance needed to address climate change, urgent agendas on health and education, political and social tensions, and many others. Facing these formidable agendas, the G20 Interfaith Forum highlights two critical anchors to action: to focus first and foremost on those who are most vulnerable, most affected by today's intertwined crises, and to keep a constant eye on the impact of each action on children. This appeal reflects the common and deeply held values of diverse religious traditions, which call for compassion as a lodestar for action to benefit a common humanity and a vision towards the future, exemplified in the welfare of children. Specific proposals for action draw on IF20 discussions in New Delhi, Abu Dhabi, and different world regions. They focus on four broad agendas inspired by the demands of this Kairos moment, a time of critical demands and grace. The extraordinary COVID-19 global crisis demands a common framework for action that addresses health system weaknesses and inequalities and preparedness for future pandemics. Both involve religious communities and the assets they bring. Contemporary conflicts have multiple causes, religious factors among them, and peace-building benefits when interreligious and religious actors are involved. The deeply worrying plight of some 110 million forced migrants is intricately linked in both causes and the search for solutions. The climate crisis demands both extraordinary leadership and public mobilization, both instances where faith communities play vital roles. And world leaders, secular and religious, political and private sector, need urgently to gauge the impact of these crises on children's welfare. I'm not quite through yet. These three overarching concerns follow from the 4Cs agenda, a concern that action on international financial architecture is urgently needed, starting with addressing pressing country indebtedness and the capacity of multilateral institutions to support the Sustainable Development Goal agendas and humanitarian needs, as well as continuing efforts to combat corrupt practices. Attention to the poorest nations is central to the G20 agenda. The IF20 thus supports the proposal to include the African Union as a G20 member. The G20 members carry special responsibilities to lead in redressing patterns underlying inequalities, and the IF20 urges serious consideration of its proposal for a commission to address racism. Paths to action. The G20 Interfaith Forum has focused in 2023 on specific areas for action that follow from the broad agenda inspired by the 4Cs. More detailed policy briefs supporting many of these points are available, and I won't read the website, but there's much work that's been done and is available there. But these are the main points. Children. The COVID-19 crisis highlighted urgent gaps in politics and approaches to children's welfare, both those in vulnerable situations, refugees, marginalized communities and people, and well beyond. Child sexual abuse and exploitation is one of the biggest threats to children and the family can play a critical role in their well-being. Mental health merits concerted action. In action on digital challenges, the impact on children needs special attention at international, national, and community levels. With respect to climate, with climate and environmental issues pressing forcefully on global agendas, G20 leaders need to take specific and bold action to address bottlenecks to action and galvanize tangible progress. Priority areas within the G20 mandate are climate finance and energy transitions. G20 leadership can and should also offer inspiration and practical guidance on the innovative cross-sector engagement that can galvanize faster action. A promising example is the Interfaith Rainforest Initiative that engages religious leaders, governments, multilateral institutions, and local communities to protect tropical rainforests in the Amazon, Congo, and Southeast Asia basins. Support for IRA from G20 leaders could both advance action and highlight the potential for similar engagement. Conflict and forced migration. World religious communities are primary actors in addressing conflicts and its profound disruptive effects on so many communities. IF20 urges G20 countries to be actively involved in seeking peace worldwide. These efforts can benefit from active efforts to work with religious communities. With the COVID-19 emergencies largely behind us, G20 leaders and nations need to engage religious communities in concrete reflections on lessons learned. Focusing on health systems with a view towards filling gaps and greater equity is a high priority. With near certainty of future pandemics, engaging religious communities in work for preparedness is an urgent matter. Massive disruption of formal education for the COVID-19 emergencies demands urgent measures that go beyond a, quote, return to normal. G20 leaders can press nations to take the opportunities to address growing educational disparities among communities and gaps in civic education that weaken society and accentuate polarization. The IF20 calls for active dialogue about the needs of youth and children, drawing on actionable proposals for inclusive planning in education, with trauma-informed approaches that draw on faith-inspired and indigenous traditions. And then we have one final paragraph suggested by Dr. Karad, and I think one that we wholly endorse. Education holds the key to making progress in each of the foregoing areas. There is a need for a global coordination of interfaith educational efforts through a global body, consortium, or some other appropriate agency. This World Peace Dome, where we sit, where the culminating session of the 2023 G20 Interfaith Forum was held, would be pleased to provide a venue for pursuits along these lines. Now, this isn't a matter of a vote, but for those of you who feel that you can concur in some of the recommendations that you have heard here, your applause would be appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor W. Cole Durham Jr., the President of G20 Interfaith Forum. Please give him a big round of applause, my friends. Thank you very much. And now there is a very, very special moment towards the conclusion of this valedictory session. I would like to request the convener of G20 Interfaith Summit, Dr. Milind Pandey, to kindly proceed.
Good evening to every one of you. It's a great honor to present the citation of honor, Roving International Ambassador Award to promote the culture of peace in the world, conferred on Professor W. Cole Durham Jr., President, G20 Interfaith Forum Association. A big round of applause, my friend. I am presenting a citation of honor in the next 2 minutes, and then we'll witness the presentation of citation of honor by the dignitaries on the dais. We, the body of trustees, management, staff, and students of MIRS MIT World Peace University, Pune, Bharat, take great pride and pleasure in conferring upon you this unique Roving International Ambassador of Peace Award for your dedicated yeoman service to promote the cause of world peace through the G20 Interfaith Forum. As the president of G20 Interfaith Forum Association, you are playing a key role in fostering international understanding by promoting dialogue between different faiths of the world and charting a pathway of world peace. Honorable Sir, you are aware that in the known human history, some of the greatest violence in the world has taken place in the name of religion and faith. It is perhaps the biggest challenge faced by humanity, which has led to unparalleled chaos, confusion, massacre, bloodshed, and terrorism in the world. It is certainly because of the untiring efforts being taken by men like you that the world is experiencing relative peace. Respected Professor Durham, you are a graduate from one of the most prestigious law colleges in the world, the Harvard Law College, and are currently also the president of the International Consortium for Law and Religion Studies based in Milan, Italy. Sir, you are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Salt Lake City, Utah, USA, a professor of law, director of the International Center for Religion Studies at the Gates University, Salt Lake City. You are respected internationally for your immense contribution to protecting religious freedom across the world. You have been active in matters involving relations between religion and the state, reduction of hate speech, and many other areas that promote dialogue between various faiths. Sir, you are the Secretary of the American Society of Comparative Law, a great authority of comparative constitutional law, and it is a matter of great pride that you have also had the rare distinction of being a part of constitutional drafting projects of Nepal, Thailand, Iraq, as well as several Eastern European and erstwhile Soviet bloc countries. Sir, you are a true symbol of purity of heart, purity of mind, purity of soul, and purity in each and every action. Your entire life has been dedicated to the service of humanity and establishing a culture of peace for the creation of a peace-loving, holistic global society. You are a true ambassador of peace and religious tolerance in the world. You have taken a great efforts to organize the ongoing G20 Interfaith Forum Conference in the World Peace Dome, Pune, and the participating delegates and attendees will certainly remember it for a long time. We once again express our sincere gratitude and our sense of pride and pleasure in conferring upon you this special honor, the Roving International Ambassador Award to promote the culture of peace in the world today on 7th September 2023 at the Philosopher Saint Sri Dnyaneshwara World Peace Dome, a spiritually oriented scientific laboratory in Pune, Bharat. Sincerely, Rahul Vishwanath Karad, Executive President, and Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad, Founder President, MIRS MIT World Peace University, Pune, Bharat. End of the citation. I request all the dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, all my Brazilian friends, please confer upon this very, very special award, Roving International Ambassador Award to promote the culture of peace in the world. My friends, a big round of applause for a very, very unique award on the background of the G20 Interfaith Summit. a very rare event. I request you, please stand up and give a big round of applause, a standing ovation for this.
A big round of applause, my friends, for this very, very special award. Rowing International Ambassador Award. A big round of applause to Professor W. Cole Durham Jr., the President of G20 Interfaith Summit. The citation of honor is being presented to Professor W. Cole Durham Jr. And of course, today being a very, very special day, is being presented a beautiful statue of Lord Krishna. Such a beautiful statue, my friends. A big round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, all the dignitaries. Thank you so much for being part of this special award. And thank you very much, Professor W. Cole Durham Jr., to kindly accept this citation. Thank you very much. I would now like to request Milind Pandey sir to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Hello friends, good evening. Last 3 minutes. I request you to please be seated. We are at the last stage of the conclusion of this very unique, historic G20 Interfaith Summit at World Peace Dome, Pune, Bharat. I am proposing a vote of thanks. It is with immense gratitude and profound sense of fulfillment that we stand before you today, tasked with the honor of extending our heartfelt thanks to each one of you who contributed to the resounding success of the statue unveiling ceremony of our beloved founder president, Vishwadharmi revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad sir, and the G20 Interfaith Summit held within the world's biggest peace dome. Over the course of 3 enriching days, we witnessed the convergence of 125 speakers, 3,000 plus delegates, delegation from the countries like Indonesia, Brazil, South Africa, USA, UK, for a shared vision of shaping a world of lasting peace and sustainable development through the prism of interfaith harmony. This summit was a testament to the power of collaboration and dialogue, transcending boundaries and beliefs for a common cause. You are all the Generation G and social media. The news coverage in national and international, more than 81 newspapers. Social media, that is Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, Instagram, 500,000 posts, 70,000 account reach. Every day, more than 20,000 views to the reels and the various posts. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to Professor Cole Durham, Faizan Mustafa, and their entire team for their tireless dedication and over 90 days of hard work, which contributed significantly to the success of this summit. The team from India, the planning team, the operation team, and so many teams, they contributed day and night for the success of this event. I would like to convey my profound gratitude to Sri Rahul Karad sir, revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, for being our guiding light and for their valuable appreciation of our endeavors. Additionally, I extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Ashok Joshi and King Hussain for their unwavering support and contribution to our cause. A heartfelt acknowledgement to all our committee members, the volunteers, the student ambassadors, the peace ambassadors, supporting staff, all MIT WPU, MIT ADTU, who have effortlessly worked for the last 2 months to ensure the seamless flow of this summit. My friends, your dedication and meticulous attention to detail were the bedrock upon which this event stood. Last but certainly not least, I express my heartfelt thanks to all of you, the attendees, for your active participation. not only in the plenary sessions, but all 18 breakout sessions, thoughtful contributions and unwavering commitment to this noble cause to promote the culture of peace in the world. It is through your collective efforts that we will continue to build the bridges of understanding to forge a more peaceful, sustainable, and all harmonious world. I thank print media, electronic media, and social media for promoting this G20 Interfaith Summit at large. The summit illuminated the path towards a more harmonious and prosperous world, thus showing despite our differences, there is a unifying thread that binds us all, a thread woven with the value of compassion, understanding, respect, and love. I would like to conclude with a small poem. In harmony's embrace, we find our way. In harmony's embrace, we find our way, peace and progress, hand in hand this way. Sustainable dreams where hope takes flight. Sustainable dreams where hope takes flight. Together they guide us towards a future so bright, towards a future so bright. Many, many thanks to you. Love all and be peace prevail everywhere, all around the world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, friends. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today in this Interfaith G20 Summit. And with this, my friends, we come towards the conclusion. I request everyone to rise in their seats for national song Vande Mataram. I request everyone in the audience, everyone on the dais, to please rise in their seats and request my technical team to kindly relay national song Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Sufalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Shasya Shamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubhrajyosna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini, Suhasini, Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being part of this. I request the volunteers to kindly open the gates. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Good night.